They might have to rename this thing to the final straw because I've about had it after seeing some of the stuff I have on Twitter today. Okay? If you're on Destiny Twitter at all today, and since there's absolutely nothing going on, you probably saw that there are a ton of people, a ton of longtime people that have been at Bungie are now being laid off. And this could just be the start of the layoffs. We don't really know quite yet. We'll kind of see as the week unfolds. But I thought something just wasn't right when I saw this one person in particular being laid off. Not to make any of the other people that got laid off feel bad or feel less important or anything like that. But there's somebody at Bungie who has been there since Halo, who worked with Marty O'Donnell on the original Halo music. We're talking about Michael Salvatore, the dude who has wrote all the Destiny soundtracks literally since its inception, with Marty, of course, on the beginning ones, and then later more on his own when the whole Marty situation happened and they kind of split up. If you look at Michael Salvatore's website now, it literally just says gone fishing. It used to say how he works at Bungie, all that good stuff. Now he's just gone. So it really does confirm a lot of the suspicions that people have had, because there have been no real confirmations from Bungie today other than the CEO literally just giving a blanket PR tweet about people being laid off, which felt very weird. Over the years, we've seen a lot of the longtime Bungie OGs come and go, being replaced with the newer guys. This could be to cut costs. It could be so that they can push the OG guys towards new projects like Marathon, but there's never really been a clear answer. They really like to be secretive about all their stuff, and it just leads to people making like 7,000 different arguments. And this kind of came out of left field because there was an article not too long ago that I read that was saying there are no planned layoffs at Bungie and everything's great, nothing's going to happen, and look where we are now. We were literally just a few months away from what I believed was the final expansion for Destiny until at least around 2025, is my opinion. So with all the layoffs, there's also, it's rumored, but also, I mean, it's pretty confirmed at this point, but still technically rumored that the final shape will be pushed back to June of 2024, which means when the season that comes out in November happens, the time between November and June will have been Destiny 2's longest season, as long as they don't give us anything in between. And with all these layoffs happening, I don't think there's a very likely chance that we're going to get something like another 30th anniversary drop. Just don't really see that happening. So this whole thing today kind of tied into a core philosophy that I've had for a little bit now, and a lot of people roasted me for such a long time. And I don't know if that's just because I was on Twitter. It probably was, and Twitter's full of shit stains. But so many people were telling me that I was wrong about Bungie becoming a corporate shell of its former self. And I've been playing Bungie games since Halo 3. I've seen the ups, I've seen the downs, and I've been here since the Destiny 1 beta, basically playing the entire time. And over the years, I've seen nothing but more corporization, is that a word? Corporization of the game, whether it be milking microtransactions or finding ways just in general to take more money out of the consumer's pockets and into their pockets. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing by nature, because obviously they're business. They have people to pay, families to feed. That's just how business operates. It's the way that you go about it that really determines how much you actually care about your consumers. Because I really did believe back in the day that Bungie was a company that really did care about their games, and it really showed. But as Destiny 2 has been progressing, the care and love has just been less and less and less. And I don't necessarily think that's due to the developers caring less. I think it is due to the people who are in the higher chairs, the people that we don't know their names. They sit in the suits and they collect their fat fucking paychecks. They sit and make all these decisions in favor of better monetization, even if that sacrifices good player experience, memorable player experience. They don't care. And it's hard to be mad at those people because, one, we don't know who they are, and two, I didn't think, and I still believe a lot of people don't realize what's been happening. And now that it's more apparent, you see former Bungie employee, DMG. You guys all know DMG. He's been roasting the upper management on Twitter today, saying how bad it is. And this isn't the only instance of this either. A couple weeks ago on my stream, we went to Glassdoor reviews. If you don't know what Glassdoor is, it's basically a website where you can leave reviews of how it was to work at a certain place. Kind of like Yelp, but for jobs, I guess. And we read through these Glassdoor reviews of people that worked at Bungie for... we read these Glassdoor reviews from people that worked at Bungie for about 2 hours. And all the reviews, or most of the reviews, were saying the same thing, is that upper management in the company was completely fucked. For a variety of different reasons. I don't want to go too deep into that rabbit hole, but it just, everything is pointing towards the fact that the upper people at Bungie are not only ruining the game, but they're starting to ruin the company. And it's really starting to show the cracks. And what really blows my mind, and I've been thinking a lot about this since the split, but I honestly miss Activision Bungie. Don't get me wrong, Activision comes with their own set of shit stains and their own whatever the hell they're doing. I don't think any company is perfect, but I do think Destiny was a way more memorable game and had a lot more impactful experiences when Activision was actually a part of it. I can't really think of anything that Sony has really done with Destiny since they've become a part of it that has been super memorable to me. I don't know if that's just because I've been playing the game for so long. I don't really know, but I don't want to believe that's the case because I've asked people in my chat as well. People, you're talking new players all the way to like people who have been playing as long as I have. It's all a lot of similar opinions. So back to my point, I don't really know what's going on right now. I think a lot of people are confused and it really doesn't make the future look bright. As many times as they want to tell you that the future's always bright in Destiny 2, with the way that they're treating not only their players, but now their employees, I just have a hard time believing that. And just when you think things probably couldn't get any crazier than this also kind of ties into something that started a few weeks ago. I haven't fully covered this because the jury date or the court date is set in January, and I didn't want to make a video about it until then because this is a pretty serious issue. I'll link this article down in the description below, and I believe it also has a link to like all the legal stuff if you want to check it out for yourself. Destiny 2 developer Bungie under fire after retaliation lawsuit by former HR manager. One of Bungie's former HR managers had allegedly brought up some potential racial issues at the company to upper management. And because she brought up those issues to the upper management, she was actually wrongfully terminated, allegedly, of course. And that's what this whole court case is about. Is again, another case of upper management. There's something wrong there. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But this is another case of all the signs pointing towards the people up top. Most of those people we don't really know because they don't see the light of day on like Twitter or the day-to-day Bungie interactions with the community. But it's just all a little too convenient to be collapsing at this time. This has all happened within like the past month. This is probably the biggest surprise on a random Monday. Obviously, there could be a variety of factors to do with why people are getting laid off due to the economy or whatever. I'm not an economist. I'm not going to pretend to be. But this is just very weird that they're laying off so many people that have been there for so long. Some haven't, some have. And it's just all happening at once, especially Michael Salvatore. You don't get rid of somebody who has carried the music side of your game for so long without having a damn good reason. So we'll just have to see what they say about this whole thing, if they do say anything at all.